guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll be doing another fixing up video. So I received a very TLC doll recently and I decided that I will be giving her the full makeover. So we'll be doing an eye swap, a rewigging, and of course we'll be cleaning up and then tightening her limbs. So before we do that, let me just first address the elephant in the room. So as you can see, I had my head shaved. The reason for that is because I decided that my hair is very thin. And so I think it's going to be better for me to just have the hair shaved. Now I don't know if this is going to improve, if my hair will be thicker once it grows back, or whether I just should keep this hairstyle. But anyway, that it comes with the territory because I'm already in my 40s. Unfortunately for me, I'm not one of those lucky people that could keep their hair even though they're already turning to a certain age. But that's okay. I think what's important is that you keep a youthful and positive disposition. As long as you have that, you can be young at heart. Well, at least I can be young at heart, right? But anyway, enough of that. So let's go ahead and show you what I did to make this doll look a bit like Mia Farrow. If you don't know her, she's the actress from the horror movie Rosemary's Baby. So without further ado, go ahead and look at what I did to fix up this doll. Okay, is this one. Now, she is the very TLC one. So as you can see, even though she's still covered in plastic, okay, her face is filled with this pen marks, so she's definitely going to need an acne cream treatment, and her bangs are cut, so she would definitely need a wig. Or does she? Maybe I can fix this hair up. I can curl it so that it will not be too obvious that it's cut, but I'm not sure yet. And she is turning orange. Okay, I think she has this vinyl body that is the one that is defective, or what they term as defective, because it's turning orange. I'm not sure exactly who she is. Let's see. Well, she has hazel eyes. I'm not sure if she's Lainey. I don't think that's the hair, but if I do find out, I'll just post it here or flash it on the screen. Alright, so we'll have a closer look on what we have to work with. So this is just like your number 52. So as I said earlier, she's very TLC. As you can see, the person who owned her before really did their work. So I saw that not only is she stained, she is also missing a finger. And I think she was at one time bitten by an animal, because I checked her foot and it looks like a dog or something gnawed on her. And she's also filled with orange highlighter. I'm not sure what the person or who owned her was doing. Maybe they thought they were giving her a makeup. And her hair, of course, is very dry and strangey and cut. So I don't think I'll be able to salvage this wig as I initially thought. It's really bad. But who knows, maybe I will be able to work on it and then I can put it on a different doll. What I did first was try to remove her wig because I intend to change it up with a different wig. However, it's harder than it looks. What happened was I was able to remove parts of it from her head, but the rest of it wouldn't come off easy. So I thought, since I also plan to eye swap her, I'll remove first her head from her body and then I'll pour in hot water, boiling hot water inside her head. And then what it'll do is it'll make the vinyl very soft. And it's also going to loosen up the glue from her wig, which will make it easier for me to remove it from her head. But before I do that, I'm just going to clean up her body first, and I'm going to see and try if this will remove the marks. However, it's really not going to be removed by just a magic eraser. It's definitely going to be needing an acne treatment. So while I'm doing this, I was already deciding on what to do, because here's my dilemma, because I also wanted to dye a doll again. However, don't have one component that I was planning to use, so the dark vinyl will not turn red. Because when I used red dye in the color of chocolate brown, it gave it a red undertone. Now, I was advised by some of the customizers that what I should have done was to use another red dye more that is like more on an ashy tone, like grayish. So this will counteract with the red undertone in the chocolate brown, and it's just going to make it black. So that's what I'm going to do. However, I don't have yet the gray dye more, which only leaves me the option to go the acne cream route. Because here's the thing, if I'm going to do the acne treatment, I cannot dye this doll anymore. According to the other customizers, if I did the acne treatment on the doll, if I eventually decide to dye it, it's not going to work. The parts that were treated by the acne cream will not adhere to the dye. So it's going to be, keeping its original color when the rest of the body is dyed. So it will not look great. So you should decide beforehand if you want to go the dyeing route or if you want to do the acne cream route. Because I thought that since she has so many marks on her body, if I'm going to do the dye treatment anyway, it's just going to be covered up. I want it to be noted, however, that AG Takes Over has already made a video detailing that the usage of acne cream and then putting it under heat, like it causes some chemicals that may cause cancer. So this is something that you have to be aware of. I am definitely not going to be responsible if something bad happens, but just be aware that could happen. For me, what I did was I'm not going to be doing this every day or so often that it's going to be at so much at risk. But just be careful, guys. So just take the necessary precaution as much as possible. Do not come direct in contact with the acne cream once it's under the sun. Try not to use it too often. I mean, using it once or twice, like in several months, I think it's not going to be too much of an issue. But again, this is just me, so do your own research. I've already detached her head from the body and I found out that her neck strings were cut, so I have to replace it with a zip tie. But the good thing is, her limbs are very, very tight. But I'm going to tighten it anyway since I've already removed her head from the body. So might as well do that because the zip tie is going to make it more difficult for me to remove it in the future. So I'm just showing here the eyes that I'm contemplating on using. So I decided to use the gray ones. These are stationary eyes that I purchased from Shopee. It's almost like Wish or Timo. So here I'm showing you the wig that I removed from her head. So it was quite easy for me to remove it after I poured in hot water inside the head. I've also removed already the eyes from the socket. Okay, so it's the following day since we'll be needing sunlight to do this. So this is the acne cream that I have. So we'll be using this to remove the marks from her face. Based on my previous experience, marks that are not black or something else like this one, like orange or red highlighter, is more difficult to remove with acne cream. However, I was pleasantly surprised that it just took me a few hours to get them all completely removed. I thought that it's going to take days before they are all gone. But yeah, everything worked out well in the end. So we're just going to make sure that there are enough acne cream on the marks that needs it. Use cotton buds to apply the acne cream so it won't be messy. Because in the past, I used my fingers, but then it gets everywhere. So I decided that I'm going to be using cotton buds and it works very well. Just make sure that you are very generous with putting in the acne cream. You cannot be very stingy when putting this on You believe me? If you think you put enough, put another layer. It's going to be more effective that way. I'm glad that I've already removed the eyes from the eye socket, because if the eyes are still there, going to be worried that the acne cream might get into the eyes and it might cause some problem. On Instagram, I see that some customizers put in like a cardboard on top of the eyes to prevent it from seeping in inside. Once you're done applying the acne cream, cover it with a translucent or transparent plastic. This will help not dry out the acne cream too fast so that it'll keep on working. Anyway, I'm going to apply some as well to the fingertips. Although I'm not really that bothered with this because I'm planning to like put on gloves on to hide the missing fingers and to hide whatever is painted there. But since we're going to be putting them outside under the sun anyway, might as well apply some acne cream. Anyway, it wouldn't hurt. My plan is to keep them under the sun for 2 hours. Then after 2 hours, I'll go and check on them to see if there was any progress. And here she is after just 2 hours. So as you can see, most of the marks have already disappeared. I can see some faint marks, but it's not really that noticeable. As for the limbs, it did not work quite well. I think it's because the sunlight did not really hit them directly. But since her feet will be hidden by her shoes anyway, I'm not really that concerned about it. As you can see here, I'm showing you the bite marks on her foot. Poor girl. So what happened to that animal and why was it that allowed to um, mangle this doll? But here what I'm going to show you is how I change her neck strings with the zip tie. As I mentioned, whoever owned her before cut her neck strings. Now, never, never, never do this. If you think the neck strings are long, you can always just hide them beneath the clothes. But it's going to be more difficult for you to, tighten up their limbs if you're going to do this to your dolls. I already did a tutorial before on how to put stationary eyes on your American Girl dolls, so I did not include it anymore in this video. But anyway, here are her new eyes. So she is missing her eyelashes, so I'm going to be drawing them on her. But I'm going to do another technique or a new technique. So I'm just going to be drawing her a winged eyeliner. So this will be an alternative to the usual spidery eyelashes. So I think this turned out really good. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about how it turned out in the end. Now, I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's definitely an improvement for me because in the past, I'm really, really, really sucky at drawing like eyelashes and then eyeliner. And while again, this is not in any way, shape, or form perfect, but it's a vast improvement from my last time that I tried it. And be nice, be kind to me, but I really kind of like how it turned out. It really changed up her look. It made her look a bit like Nanea, and just in my opinion, okay, I could be wrong, but in my eyes, I think she looks a bit like Nanea with her eyeliner. I was initially planning on putting a white indentation at the corner of her eyes to make it look a bit bigger. However, the colored pencil that I have is not working on the vinyl skin of this doll. I'm not sure if it's because it's a different type of pencil, but I'm definitely going to be getting more materials for my dolls because I do plan to do this again, but this time I'm going to try the white indentation to kind of reshape the eyes. Hopefully, I can get more dolls, or maybe can just do this on my current dolls. I think it's going to be fun to give them new look. At least they're going to be unique to my collection because, as I've already said in my previous videos, I do have a lot of duplicates. That's why I really like to customize because if I customize them, then they're not going to look exactly the same as the first one that I have in my collection. Okay, so now I'm satisfied with her winged eyeliner. Now I'm just going to touch up her eyebrows. I want it to be thicker. I am bigger and bolder. I think. So I'm just going to add to her original eyebrows because it's already the feathered ones that I like. But I'm going to try to make it longer and, as I said, bigger and bolder. I'm just going to touch up her lips with this reddish color to just give it more life and more depth. I'm not going to be too crazy with the lip color because I want it to look as natural as possible. I don't want her to look like, she's too mature. I'm going to be fixing the protruding cotton filling at her eyes because I do notice it here right now while looking at it. But yeah, so I just want to let you know that I did eventually fix it up. I'm not sure if I was still able to show it here in the video, but I was able to fix it by cutting some of it. Because I was feeling a little bit extra, I decided to give her some freckles. So I'm just going to be using this light brown colored pencil and I'm going to be dabbing it with a wet finger to make it look more natural. I really like putting freckles on my dolls, so I think it makes them look more cute. And instead of using a blush, I think this is a good alternative. So it's going to give your doll more depth and dimension to their face. So here she is, all cleaned up, fixed up, customized. So this is my new doll. So I named her Chapel Roan after one of my favorite singers. But I think she really resembles Rosemary from Rosemary's Baby, Mia Farrow, when she had this pixie cut hairstyle. I think it looks really good on her. It makes her look different from other dolls because most dolls have very long hair. But yeah, I'm just showing here how beautiful it is to have stationary eyes because they're very posable. Like you can make your doll look in whatever direction you like. So it gives them more variety. I think it's really, really fun to take photos when you can do this to your dolls. Anyway, so that's it. So this is my new doll, number 52 now, Chapel Roan. I think she turned out really great considering how she looked before. If you didn't see me customizing her, would you think that she was the same doll? Anyway, so that's it for this video. Stay tuned for more videos to come from Totally Dolls. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and bye-bye!